I am Takayuki Yoshizawa from Project Abyss and Front-End Dev Team. The presentation title is Infra Services Supporting Front-End and their DevOps. The content is that front-end is built by infrastructure service team and DevOps is performed. This is the agenda. First, I will explain why we create such a service and operate it. Then, the concrete services, Abyss and Berchero are covered. Before going to main theme, let me talk about Buildup, which is our private cloud platform. Buildup is Line private cloud platform, which offers services for engineers. Many departments use this platform. It offers object storage, CDN, and a load balancer. It is very convenient. I always use it for development. But for front-end developers, it is a bit primitive. That was a problem. So that's why Project Abyss decided to develop infrastructure services for front-end engineers and operate it. And we directly receive feedbacks from developers who are Abyss users, identify issues and improve them, and implement additional features every day. Abyss is built on top of Buildup. Developers or Abyss users don't have to be mindful of Buildup. Let me explain Abyss briefly. Abyss is a service to deploy and host static resources by using CLI. It also does authority management, file management, and CDN purging. With Abyss, redundancy is ensured, and deployment is done, and CDN logs are acquired. The architect drawing represents the perception of Abyss. Light blue is actual human beings. Green is line services or components. Yellow is third-party services and components. Developers or Abyss users upload static resources or requests by using CLI or GUI. API server handles them and send requests or uploads to object storage or object storage for redundancy. Finally, through CDN such as CloudFront or Akamai, static resources are delivered to line end users. Next, I will talk about CLI. Right-hand side is an actual screen which is using CLI. By entering CLI commands, static resources are deployed or hosted. Log is available to know who deployed resources under which conditions. It is not shown on the screen, but it is possible to purge CD and cache with a command. Let's look at GUI. Left image is a GUI screen. It says Abyss Test. This can manage authorities, so it can prevent non-Abyss project members from deploying services or referring files or logs. Also, the file management is available with this GUI to know which file is uploaded or delete accidentally uploaded file. Metadata edit such as cache control, editing, or changes are available with GUI. I'd like to cover services a little bit more. Originally, Abyss is a service created by an intern student. Abyss developers, including myself, have succeeded the service, continued the development, and now it is used by line developers of different countries. Logos in the right are services which are using Abyss. Just a few of them are displayed. I think you can identify services you are using daily, like Line Live, Line News, and Line Pen. Going back to the original discussion, I will explain what kind of issues are solved by Abyss. To do that, I have to start with the explanation of Buildup and front-end relationship. As I said in the beginning, Buildup is a bit primitive for front-end developers. Let's imagine a case that you want to get a log to know who deployed or when it was deployed with Abyss. Developers need to build an API server and database by building API VM. They have to write huge amount of codes and manage servers. In addition to that, they have to learn Verda-specific knowledge. They have to allocate development resource, and they have to pay learning cost. Then here comes Abyss. Abyss offers those features. Developers only need to learn how to use CLI and GUI. They don't have to pay learning cost nor need resource. They can focus on what originally they have to do, which is development. Abyss offers redundancy, which is demanded by infrastructure engineers or server-side engineers. It also captures and stores log information. Here, I will briefly talk about technology of Abyss. Abyss uses Buildup Object Storage, which is called as VOS. VOS uses Ceph, which is Distributed Storage Engine. There are services like VOS for internal, which allows internal access only, and VOS for CDN, which is available by uploading contents only. When I say CDN, it means Akamai and CloudFront. VOS offers S3 compatible API. We develop API server using S3 compatible API. API server is a Buildup wrapper. It's also a wrapper for other line services and APIs. For example, Authentication API or internally hosted private NPM API are included. Wrapping those APIs and offers API for CLI and GUI. Developers or Abyss users use CLI and GUI to deploy static resources and authority management. Last but not least, I will talk about Vercero. Vercero deploys and hosts Node.js application running locally. This service is used for QA, building staging environment, building a shared server, hosting of in-house services, or internal document hosting. Abyss internal documents are also hosted by using Vercero. Docker Composable or Nginx configuration file are generated dynamically, so Vercero user can use preferred URLs with some degree of freedom. The drawbacks are less robust and unstable a little bit, so next version will use Kubernetes and solve these issues. I am the author of this service. Like Abyss, I hope this service will be expanded and used by more and more users and services. Thank you for your attention.